The Trump administration's audacious power grab targeting the White House press corps has sent shockwaves through the American media landscape, sparking outrage and igniting a fierce debate about the future of press freedom in the United States. The administration's decision to dismantle the White House Correspondents Association's WHCA longstanding role in managing press access to the president, effectively stripping away the WHCA's authority to determine which journalists gain access to the president in intimate settings, represents a blatant assault on journalistic independence. This unprecedented move has been met with swift and vehement condemnation, not just from liberal news organizations, but also from within the ranks of traditionally conservative outlets. Even Fox News, a network often perceived as sympathetic to the Trump administration, has voiced serious concerns. Jackie Heinrich, a senior White House correspondent for Fox News and a board member of the WHCA, described the administration's action as a short-sighted decision with potentially devastating long-term consequences. Heinrich's statement carries significant weight, given her position within a news organization known for its often unwavering support of the former president. Her condemnation underscores the gravity of the situation, transcending partisan lines and highlighting the broad-based concern about the erosion of press freedom. She aptly points out that the administration's action centralizes power within the White House, undermining the democratic process within the WHCA, where members are democratically elected by the full-time White House press corps. This centralized control empowers the administration to selectively favor outlets aligned with its narrative while silencing dissenting voices. The chilling effect on investigative journalism and critical reporting is undeniable. The administration's swift implementation of this policy only amplified the concerns. The immediate expulsion of a HuffPost reporter from the Wednesday press pool rotation and the removal of Reuters from its established position served as stark demonstrations of the administration's willingness to act decisively and aggressively against perceived enemies of the state. This brazen display of power, enacted just one day after the announcement, sent a clear message: dissent will not be tolerated. Adding further fuel to the fire, President Trump took to Truth Social, hinting at potential legal action against journalists and publishers. His post, laced with thinly veiled threats, suggested that he would pursue legal action to identify and potentially punish dishonest authors and book publishers, or even media in general, aiming to expose the identities of anonymous sources. His ominous declaration, "Maybe we will create some nice new law," further underscores the administration's willingness to leverage legal tools to silence critics and stifle free speech. The administration's actions directly contradict the fundamental principles of a free and independent press, a cornerstone of American democracy. The WHCA, a nonpartisan organization, has historically served as a crucial intermediary between the White House and the press, ensuring fair and equitable access to information. By circumventing this established mechanism, the administration demonstrates a blatant disregard for the vital role of a free press in holding power accountable and informing the public. The irony is not lost on many observers. Just a day before the announcement, a federal judge declined to lift the White House's ban on Associated Press access to some presidential events. The hypocrisy is stunning. Even outlets generally considered friendly to the Trump administration, such as Newsmax and Fox News, have publicly criticized these removals. This unified front of condemnation, spanning the political spectrum, speaks volumes about the seriousness and universality of the threat posed by these actions. The administration's argument, if any, likely rests on the assertion that it is reclaiming control and preventing the dissemination of fake news. However, this argument is fundamentally flawed. A free press, even one that includes dissenting voices and critical reporting, is essential for a functioning democracy. Restricting access and silencing critical voices does not eliminate misinformation. It stifles the very mechanisms needed to identify and counter it. It creates an environment where truth is subjugated to power, and the public is deprived of the information it needs to make informed decisions. The long-term consequences of this attack on press freedom are potentially catastrophic. The precedent set by this administration's actions could embolden future administrations, regardless of political affiliation, to further curtail press access and control the flow of information. The chilling effect on investigative journalism and the erosion of public trust are undeniable and deeply concerning. The implications for the future of democratic governance in the U.S. are profound and demand urgent attention. This isn't just about access to the president. It's about the fundamental right to a free press and the health of American democracy itself. The fight to preserve this right is a fight worth fighting, and the time to act is now. The silence of the American people in the face of this assault on press freedom could be the final nail in the coffin of a truly free and independent press. This is a fight for the very soul of American democracy.